What y'all doing? Screwing?
Absolutely. Welcome back to
Oh
another
my lord.
episode like No Place Like Homaha. I don't know why I said like before that, but
I don't know
I am
either.
your host, JD Wonder,
With
alongside Nick
the
Hendricks and Mike
tiniest ass.
Love.
Big Daddy Mike with the
That is
fattest
false.
ass.
I got
Coming
an
at you
absolute
live
Tonka truck.
from Omaha, Nebraska, bro.
Unbelievable. I don't know why you're starting
Home
out. We're starting out the
of
Oh
podcast
my
the
this
god.
time
redheaded
with
doctor
lies.
with the fattest Tonka truck known to man.
No, second to me,
No.
but
So
stay in your
last
lane.
week he
Okay,
was
yep.
on a completely different level, and this week he is just having a fiery time right now, huh?
What y'all doing?
I don't know. What are you
Screwing?
doing?
Unbelievable. He's okay.
Spitting facts, my guy. That's what I am.
Moving forward to the actual podcast today.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and talk about some postseason baseball, which is right around the corner since we finished up the regular season this past week,
Oh, season
and we got the
baseball.
conference tournaments coming this week.
Yeah, conference tournaments for a lot of teams start on Wednesday. The Big East, I know, starts tomorrow. They've got, right? Or no, that's May 26th. Never mind. I don't know why,
Got 'em
but
all
I
pulled
looked
up.
today and it said that it was like the other, or yesterday is when I looked. And it said that it started tomorrow. And I was like, there's no way that it would start on Tuesday because everything is
Why?
starting on Wednesday.
Well, the
Why would
Ivy
you
League
start
starts
it
on the
on Wednesday?
21st.
Yes, the Ivy League does.
Why start a conference tournament on Wednesday though?
Because it goes through
Selection
and then,
Sunday.
yeah, Selection Sunday.
That's this Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which
I
we'll
was under
probably
the
end up having
impression
to
it's
go
in
on
2
Labor Day
Sundays.
Monday because I know all of us will probably be gone on Sunday-ish.
What y'all doing?
Something like that.
Something we'll figure it out for you. But
For sure. But the MEAC, what conference is that? They started on the 19th.
It's
Yeah.
a MIAC, my guy.
Patriot one started May 14th.
yeah, there were a lot of conferences that were going
Southland
kind of as
started
we went.
19th, but then everybody else starts the 24th or the 25th. So all your all your Power Fives and all that, they start the 24th, 25th.
Yeah. But speaking of some Power 5 teams, I mean, we had obviously Tennessee #1 overall in the SEC. Texas A&M did win the SEC West, so there was that factor. So they're
Did
the
they
number 2 seed
really?
overall. Yeah, Texas A&M is the number 2
Sure.
seed in the SEC.
Didn't
Jim
they start out
Schlossnagle, baby.
super slow?
Yep, and then
Mhm.
they blasted through the second half of the SEC schedule. And they especially gave Ole Miss a little bit of a run this last week.
Where
and then
did
we'll break
Vanderbilt
what
end?
Vanderbilt in the SEC is 8th. Ole Miss is 9th.
Damn.
Ooh.
Yeah, and there's in the SEC all 12 there's 12 teams.
Do all 12 make
Which-
the conference tournament?
Yep, all 12 make the
Oh.
conference tournament. It's just a matter of going back through the seeding. So while we're on the discussion, we'll break it down for you. So the first round is on May 24th. So the SEC tournament actually does start on Tuesday. So this video will probably end up getting posted on Wednesday. If I can, I'll try to post it tomorrow late afternoon, but I doubt we'll do that. So
good.
how the seeding goes for the SEC is Tennessee was 1, Texas A&M 2, Arkansas is 3, LSU is 4. So all 4 of those teams have byes. Hop into the first game of the afternoon on May 24th, which would be tomorrow and Tuesday. Number 5, Auburn has number 12, Kentucky. So Kentucky was the 12th overall seed. 8, Vanderbilt has 9, Ole Miss. That game is at 5:30 on May 24th. Florida and South Carolina, that is May 24th at 2 p.m., 7 versus 10. Florida is the 7th seed. And finally, the last 2 games of the first round is Georgia versus Alabama. Georgia is your 6th seed in the SEC tournament. Alabama is your 11th. I think if you actually take a look at this, I still think Auburn could be your dark horse team because they fell off a little bit kind of towards the middle half of the season. But if you're looking for a team that is like the low seed upset, personally, my favorite is Auburn. If not, Texas A&M, I think just because of how hot they've been within the last couple of weeks, they absolutely just gave Ole Miss a good run this weekend. They won 10-5 game 1. Ole Miss came back 1 game 2, but they scored 12-5 on Sunday. What's up, Mike?
Yo, what?
I didn't know Stanford was 3rd.
Yeah, Stanford
And
won the
Maryland-
Pac-12.
No,
10.
that's what I'm telling you.
Stanford won the Pac-12 this weekend. They beat.
Yeah, what Texas just came back out of nowhere.
But yeah, Stanford won the Pac-12.
Mikey's not taking comments about Old Dominion at this time.
Not ranked again.
Okay.
Did they even win this weekend? Did they
I don't
win
know,
this weekend?
bro. I was
Oh, no,
busy
what?
this weekend.
Well, because here, let's see. Southern Miss is still. They're 14th. What conference? Because they're in the same conference. What are they?
What y'all doing?
Okay, well, Mikey's
We're looking
not.
at this is
Screwing.
what we're doing. My goodness, Mikey.
So hold on
Conference
here. We're gonna
USA.
take a
Uh,
look.
Silly goose.
What is what?
Just-
Are they in the
Don't worry, I got
American? Is
this.
that what it is?
No, I just answered
No.
your question.
Conference USA.
Ah,
Yes, we won, bro.
something
We
to do with-
swept.
Yep.
Queen sweep. Queen sweep.
Queen.
Queen sweep.
Squeaky
Queen sweep.
Queen.
Queen sweep.
Okay. So according to this bracket of the Conference USA tournament, Old Dominion is third in Conference USA. They got number 6 Middle Tennessee. Louisiana Tech has number 7 Charlotte. Louisiana Tech is 2. Southern Miss has UAB 1 versus 8 there, and Southern Miss being the 1. Florida Atlantic is 4, and they have University of Texas San Antonio UTSA. Those games start on Wednesday. Earliest games Old Dominion at 9 a.m. on Wednesday, May 25th. I don't know why I said March. So just after this will probably end up getting posted.
Wow.
Mm.
I just
mean, that-
so the one thing, just jumping back to the SEC.
Yeah.
Do we think that the number 1 seed Tennessee, can they be the team since the 1999 Miami Hurricanes to go on and win the College World Series as a number 1 seed?
Are we talking like number 1 overall, like
Number 1 overall. Number 1 overall.
national seed number 1?
Mm-hmm. Hasn't happened since 1999 with the Miami Hurricanes.
I think personally, if you're looking at this entire team, yes, they do have the skill set to do it. I mean, they're experienced 1 through 9 on the batting order. They've got a bunch of great guys in the bullpen. They've got Ben Joyce, who's obviously one of the top relief arms in the country. I think, though, if you do kind of want to take a look at some other teams that could potentially be your upsets, Stanford has come out of the fire in this last couple of 2 weeks, especially coming through, winning the Pac-12. Virginia Tech as well. They've shocked a lot of people. I mean, they've had a good team the entire year, but making their way through a very, very tough competitive ACC. I mean, let me pull that up as well. They won the ACC outright, but they were the number 1 in the coastal region. Louisville won in the Atlantic, but I mean, you had teams like Notre Dame, Miami, who was a very young team like we've always talked about, NC State, who's been competitive, and they were College World Series quarterfinalists last year. I mean, you've had a big SEC schedule or ACC schedule. I think Miami is also one of those teams that could give Tennessee a very big run for their money. So I think 1 through 8 nationally, it's going to be tough for Tennessee to hold that all the way and win straight out. But I think they could do it, yes.
Mikey, thoughts?
Yeah, I'm just
Nothing
looking
going
at.
on in your brain? or
I'm
what?
just no, there's not.
He's just sitting there absorbing. He's like,
Gone.
huh?
Full transparency. I just pulled a Josh from last week when we were talking about.
Bro, okay, I was
Outcomes
full
for
on.
standings.
Yeah, full transparency.
I just
Out of it.
zoned. No, bro. I was over here looking at
My
the
brain
most recent
was
winners
not
for the
functioning.
NCAA. I
Yeah.
was gonna throw out like, has anybody repeated for like a three-peat?
No,
Just
South
guess.
South Carolina. Well, South Carolina would have been the closest within the last.
Southern
I think
California.
Yeah, I
bro.
was gonna say, they won
that was-
5 in a row.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
We talked about that last week.
we talked about that last week. Yeah,
But, like,
USC is the
I,
first.
I just don't think that there are teams now that are like just those dynasty kinds of teams.
Bro, do you know where the first World Series was held?
The first ever like College World
College
Series?
World Series.
Was it still in Omaha?
Nope.
No, it didn't move to Omaha until like
Get this right.
50s, I think. Right?
Spot on. 1950.
Wow. Wow.
I am a
Go
genius.
him.
First 2 years were Kalamazoo, Michigan, and then it
That's-
was Wichita,
yes.
Kansas. For
Did
a
you
year.
know that? Fun fact: the women's College World Series was also hosted in Omaha, and it was at Dill Fields.
Stop.
Yes,
There you
it
go.
was
Stop.
back in the day. It was hosted
Stop,
there.
bro. Stop.
It's facts.
Stop, bro.
The field's right by your house.
Stop. Don't be giving out information about where I live. Jesus.
There you go. Fun fact.
All the fans are going to come running to me.
He's just gonna be outside your house, man.
Bro,
what to tell you.
yeah. Everybody knows
But-
I got the biggest asset of the three of us.
Oh my
There you go.
goodness! Back to this
But,
unbelievable
no.
lies.
South Carolina was the closest team. They won in 2010, and then they won in 2011. They were going to try to do it in 2012.
But what happened?
UCLA.
They lost.
Arizona. Wrong.
Or
Gascan.
yeah, it was Arizona. Because then UCLA won it the next year.
I just say that there's just so much competition,
Mm-hmm.
like just around, and so many guys can get recruited to go to different places now. Like just the amount of like social media growth and all that kind of stuff. If guys know
yeah.
how to market themselves,
Yeah.
and
Hey.
just get the right looks, they can get out there.
Just so you know, Selection Sunday is not on a Sunday.
So I'm being lied to.
It's on a Monday at 12 o'clock.
Unbelievable.
So it's on Memorial Day?
Monday, May 30.
That's Memorial Day.
Sure. 12 o'clock.
What the heck?
Well, hey, we'll have we should have the show then on Monday night.
just
to-
record after it's all selected.
Opening day for
Yeah, for there.
CWS is 16.
do that.
Opening
Yep.
day for regionals is the 3rd of June, and then Super Regionals is June 10th.
There you go.
Wicked.
But so on with that as well. I mean, we still got to cover the conference tournaments, but we can kind of talk about the field of 64 on teams that we think could be there as well.
Yes, sir. Let's
But-
just be wrong again.
Yes.
You're
On
wrong, bro. Your
record.
picks were all over. the
dude,
place,
okay,
guys.
I did have some good picks, and
Some,
then
yes.
we're not going to talk about the Nebraska one because
We are.
that shouldn't
We are.
happen.
No, we're talking
I was
about it.
disappointed by that. I'm going
No.
to pull up actually
Oh
what
my
I
gosh.
had.
Yeah,
I
pull up your
had.
trash
I'm gonna do
picks.
that.
Pull them up.
I'm going to have to go back because I accidentally lost the sticky note that I had.
course you did.
Unbelievable.
You had
How do
one
you
job.
lose it?
You had one job.
I'll go back. I'll watch the episode. I'll watch episode
Okay,
number
while
1.
you do this, explain to me. Okay, I don't have anything wrong with this, but why is the Big Ten tournament held in Omaha?
The Big
It's-
Ten?
The Big Ten tournament
Oh,
has
yeah, I
had
don't know.
They have rights until I think it's like 2025.
But why here though?
Because I think that it actually, well, no, it's not the
Is it
most
just
central
central?
location
Oh.
Like
for
if
every-
anything, it
No,
would-
it's
if anything, it'd make more sense for the Big East to have it. I know that's not centralized, but like we at least
Because
have
Creighton, yeah.
yeah. Lincoln is like that. It's weird to me, but
well because I think the one thing is I forget where the Big Ten tournament was held before because it wasn't even held at Rosenblatt, but they moved it to
What?
TD Ameritrade after Nebraska had made it for a couple of years,
Mm.
and so I think I forget when the first time. No, it was 2 years after TD Ameritrade opened. I think they had or started having it in Omaha, but I think the city has it until about like 2025, 2026, something like that. But speaking of the Big Ten, since Mikey hopped us on there, we'll go over the bracket because I got it pulled up as well. Big Ten tournament starts on Wednesday. Number
you
one
mess
seed.
this up, your speaking privileges are revoked.
I'm not messing this up. Number 1, Maryland has number 8 seed Indiana. That game is at 5 on Wednesday. You can catch that on BTN. Illinois, number 4.
What game is
has
that? What game is that?
Game number 4.
That was game number 3. Your speaking privileges are gone.
Shut up. Game number 3 was Maryland, Indiana. Game number 4 is Illinois, Michigan. That game is at 9 p.m. on BTN. Rutgers and Purdue, that is game number 2. That is at 1 p.m. And then Iowa, the 3 seed, faces Penn State, number 6. That is at Wednesday. That's game 1. And that'll be at 9 a.m. on Big Ten Network. So you can find out what you will. That tournament runs all the way through on Sunday. Championship game is at 1 o'clock.
Here you go.
So,
They've been all over the place. The Big Ten tournament.
yeah.
So in 2010, it was at Huntington Park, which is in Columbus, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
2013, it was at Target Field. 2014,
I forgot
it
it was,
came
yeah.
to TD. 2015, it went back to Target Field, and then from 2016 on, it's been at TD. Oh, I lied. 2017 was at Bart Kaufman, which is on Indiana's campus. 18 was TD. 19 is TD.
There you go.
1981 is Ray Fisher Stadium.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, wow.
But Yeah, Maryland's still looking to hold their number 1 spot on that. Rutgers is going to be hot and heavy at number 2. I think Michigan still has your chance to, after they really had kind of a downfall this last year, become your one of those teams that holds through. But I would actually like to see another Rutgers-Maryland rematch.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Yeah,
gonna
who would
lie.
have
See
pictured,
Illinois come
honestly,
out.
who would have pictured, though, Rutgers doing as well as they did this season? In all
Well,
honesty,
not
they
me,
weren't even
'cause
on my
Rutgers
radar,
was
even in the Big Ten.
doggy
No.
doo-doo at everything.
Yeah, but they just
Yeah.
came out guns blazing. Again, also Maryland too came out very good. If you would ask me earlier, I would not. I would have put Maryland maybe in there in the playoffs, but I would not have picked Rutgers. So
What was the
No.
first time in 50 years that Maryland actually won the conference outright?
mhm.
So
It's weird because both of those schools just historically are not the best
No,
at like
Maryland, you would
sports.
have basketball.
Maybe,
Maryland's basketball is fairly decent.
maybe like they're great academic schools,
Mm-hmm.
but just like athletically, they're not like a powerhouse that you think of, like the Ohio States, the Michigans, the Michigan States, the Penn States.
Well, and even Michigan State at baseball is not a big powerhouse. I would say the top teams that have been around for the Big Ten within the last like 5 or 6 years have been your Michigan, Nebraska, Illinois, because Illinois hosted a super regional back in it was 2015 when Dansby Swanson was the number 1 overall pick when Vanderbilt lost to Virginia. Because out of that draft class, you had Carson Fulmer, Walker Bueller, Dansby Swanson, and a handful of other guys. And so.
Well, Indiana was also good too because they had like
Indiana,
Kyle
yep.
Schwarber a while
And
back.
they've made a couple of CWS appearances as
Mhm.
well. So, what conference would we like to hop into next to go over some tournament
We touched
schedules,
on
boys?
We touched on
Give me a-
the what was it? SEC, Pac-12, Big Ten.
We haven't touched over the Pac-12 yet. We've talked
We
about
talked
who
about
won it.
I
Stanford.
don't like to talk about the Pac-12. I hate the Pac-12.
Hold
Unbelievable.
on, I had
So
it pulled
much-
up here. I thought
I
I
just
did.
think we got to address
I
that,
got it.
and then the Big 12, and then we were talking earlier before we were recording the that one really weird setup where it's like the ACC.
Oh, the ACC.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll start with the Pac-12 because I got it pulled up here. Stanford, like we said, won the number 1 overall seed. They have number 8 Arizona State. That will be game 2. Game 1 is Arizona number 5 versus number 4 Oregon. Washington is the 7th seed. They got number 2 Oregon State, who ended up losing the series to Stanford, and they flipped. Now Stanford is potentially getting their looking for a 3 national seed. Cal, number 6, they've got number 3 UCLA in the tournament. So, and then now we'll hop over to the ACC, which, like Josh said, this is a weird thing to follow. So the ACC apparently does pool play for a whole
What?
tournament. Yeah.
Uh-huh, that's what I'm saying.
So this is how their pool comes out. They have pool A, pool B, pool C, pool D.
What?
So number 1 overall seed, Virginia Tech, they won the entire ACC outright. They won the coastal region. Louisville won the Atlantic. So Louisville is the number 2. But in pool A, it goes number 1 Virginia Tech, number 8 North Carolina, number 12 Clemson. Pool B is number 2 Louisville, number 7 Georgia Tech, number 11 Pitt. Miami, Wake Forest, NC State round out 3, 6, and 10 for Pool C. Finally, Notre Dame, who came in 4th, they have Pool D, the leader of Pool D. There are 4, Virginia's 5, Florida State is number 9. So how this works, and this is tricky, so bear with me because I'm going to try to read this as best I can. Yeah, no shit. So the first game is Pitt versus Georgia Tech. The next game in that pool matchup would be Louisville versus Pitt. Then it would be Georgia Tech versus Louisville.
Then
it would be Virginia Notre Dame.
Is my bad.
Yeah. So like pool, oh my gosh, I don't even know how that would match. Like I said, please bear with me.
No, so there's 3 teams in each pool.
Yes.
What is it? They play.
It's 3 teams in each pool. They play I think they play like a best of series and through the pool winner. So like pool A will play pool D's champion, and that's a semifinal.
Or what do you do if they tie? Like there's 4 games in each pool.
Call the ACC. Please
My
explain.
brain
Hey,
hurt.
Someone legit woke up was like, let's
I'm
be
gonna choose
most
violence
Let's be
confusing.
extra
today.
today.
I am gonna choose violence.
They were like, let's go
Not
back.
even we know who plays each other.
Bro,
Okay,
they're
so
like, let's go to
here's
USSSA rules. That's what they did
Yeah.
right here.
okay. So
They
here's
get into
here's
extra
how.
innings. They're gonna start with a runner on second base.
Stop.
Oh my gosh.
Uh,
So here's how the schedule fully lines out. On Tuesday, game 1 is Georgia Tech versus Pitt. Game number 2 is at 3 p.m. That's NC State Wake Forest. Clemson plays Notre Dame or North Carolina to end out on Tuesday. So that's one day. Day number 2 is Wednesday. First game is Pitt versus Louisville. Florida versus Virginia is game 2. NC State Miami is game number 3 on Wednesday.
What in the hell? Bro, they don't even play everybody in their pool.
Exactly.
They only play
kind of.
2 teams total. Well, I guess that is everybody. There's 3
Because
teams.
then
I'm
Thursday is Georgia Tech Louisville, Notre Dame Florida State, Virginia Tech Clemson. And then finally on Friday, before pool play is even done, this is the last day of it, Virginia plays Notre Dame, Wake Forest plays Miami, North Carolina plays Virginia Tech. So how you do this is the team with the best record out of each pool goes into your semifinal. So, for example, we'll put this out there. So Pool B plays Pool C. So out of Pool B, let's say Louisville, just because they're the 2 seed. If Louisville wins it all in Pool B, if they have the best record, they would probably play Miami, who would have the best record. Again, this is a hypothetical. Pool A plays Pool D. So with Pool A, you would have Virginia Tech and then Notre Dame. So the winner of each of those pools play each other. So B and C play each other, A and D play each other. It's like the last seed versus the top seed, and the middle seeds play each other. The winner of that game goes to the championship game, which is Saturday at noon. God, that's confusing. Why does the ACC think they need to be extra? If anything, I thought that was the SEC. Hello?
I guess it's not.
Everybody shut up.
It
for a
looks
second.
more confusing if you look at the schedule. Like if you just look at the schedule, it
gosh,
looks like
yeah.
a fucking Tetris box.
Can we just announce who wins it like next week?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
No, I mean
wait until
it
it
makes
happens.
sense to me now.
It doesn't
It
make
does,
sense
but
to
it does.
me.
Well, that's because you have the smallest ass. and the
I'm
biggest ween.
stupid. The
So-
tiniest brain.
Apparently. To be honest, I was looking at this the other day and I was like, well, holy shit, how does this even make sense? And
No,
now
this
that I'm looking at it,
actually
it just
kind of
it
works
does.
out.
It does, yeah.
This actually, I'm not gonna say it's genius because the way it's set up is fucking stupid.
Oh yeah.
Like if you think about it, hypothetically, this gives the lowest seeded team a chance to make it to the next round
Exactly.
without pairing them against a top seed
Yeah, because Clemson's the number 12 seed, and they have North Carolina. So
as their
Clemson
first
and North,
game.
yeah, and that's an A pool game.
Yeah. So like I kind of like this. The way they did this, the way they broke it down is super weird. But like this almost like this gives the opportunity of like a Tennessee Vanderbilt to be in game 3
Yeah,
and still be exciting and mean something rather
And
than just putting Tennessee against the worst SEC team.
yeah, and so I'll have to remember this is at 22 minutes, and apologies for the podcast, but I will incorporate a screenshot as we're trying to break this down in the bottom corner of the screen. I'll try to put a screenshot there when I get to this.
This
Just
makes more
for-
sense because hypothetically
Yeah.
there can't be a tie. There will be one winner and
hmm
2 losers for each pool.
It's pretty psychotic though, because it's like holy shit.
The
I
way
can't keep
the way
My
it
brain
looks
hurts.
is dumb.
I know.
Like the way they've set up these brackets is stupid.
Yeah.
But it makes sense if you look at it.
It's stupid, but it works.
It does. I think it works quite nicely.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, but
So-
still taking the idea of. I mean, I get that it makes it more competitive at early stages and all that kind of stuff because you got
Yeah.
like certain opponents against like at least the same kind of caliber. But at the
Mhm.
same time, it's like if you're gonna be the best, you have to beat the best.
Yeah.
So
And like I said, so basically what it is for those who don't really know what pool play is, and I know the majority of us probably do that are on the podcast. But so like Louisville, Georgia Tech, and Pitt, this is the best way to explain it. All three teams will play each other once. So like Georgia Tech will play Pitt, Louisville will play Pitt, Georgia Tech will play Louisville. The team with the best record out of that moves on as pool, I think they're B. Yeah, they're pool B. So like if Pitt could possibly beat everybody and they'd be the winner of pool B, NC State could win pool C, and the low seeds could all win through.
So if you look
and that
at,
would be cool.
So like the Big 12, they have it split out too.
Mm-hmm.
Between four, it's 4-4 split.
Yep.
I think the biggest difference between the Big 12 and the ACC is that if you lose game 1, you've got a very long road to get back to like the division winner.
Well, and
so it like eliminates that fact for you to get streaky fast within the ACC.
Well, and the Big 12 is like a traditional tournament. So you have your first day for both sides of the bracket. So we'll talk about the Big 12 quick. Josh, how much time do we have? Can we run through the Big 12 bracket before break?
We got 3 minutes.
All right, so let's take an intermission. We'll hop back into the Big 12.
Okay.
It's almost, I think, if you could like merge the two, I think that'd be fine. Because like
possibly
historically, watching teams go from the one loss and just run that bitch is super cool. But the ACC eliminates like that possibility.
I'm rolling.
Bro, Nick, Josh destroyed the bathroom this morning. Straight
that is facts.
Welcome
we were
back to the
lifting at like, we were
bro,
lifting
it was a pause the music.
5:30 in the morning.
Bro, it
I was like, I got poop.
It was the bench warmers, bro. It was the who did this.
Destroyed that porta potty.
It was the
who did this?
stew.
No, it's the scene when he's like, I just destroyed that porta potty over there.
Oh, it's bad.
Who did this?
Bad.
Can't help it. The poopies happen, you know.
Well, that's getting demonetized.
Getting back into a podcast.
Demonetized? Why? What'd we do?
I don't know. Probably
exactly.
YouTube will find
Keep
a way.
It in.
It's a natural bodily function. It happens to everybody. Nick,
Okay,
I need to get you the book to everybody.
Put it on the hub. Put it on the hub.
No. But okay, so oddly enough, like
we're putting it on the hub?
No, we're not putting it on the hub. But
this
so
intermission just took off the rails.
I took a like legal and ethics class of like media stuff. So like there's a list of words that you cannot say on the air. Apparently like shit and talking about poop and all that is one of them.
Okay, but if you put it on the hub, it's totally on board. Like he's
moving on.
So we can we can start.
Josh,
so we'll start. Let's just go 3, 2, 1 again.
He's
just
like,
completely get rid of all that.
Like biting and stabbing.
Oh no, I'm keeping that in there.
Oh my goodness.
You know that? That's from Hawaii 5-0, Josh.
What is?
Like biting, stabbing, choking is A-okay.
That's from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Whatever. Same concept.
I am A-okay with fire.
Oh, you're
moving on.
Kinky shit.
Leaving it off at the Big 12 championship.
Really dirty, don't you?
God, I can imagine Mikey just trying to chain someone to a pipe in a crawl space.
What?
Wait a minute. What are we talking about right now?
I don't know.
This is weird. Okay.
Bro, I'm a good-hearted Christian man. I don't say profanity.
Oh, shit.
Can't believe this. Can't believe you, Nick. Why are you accusing this man?
I don't say naughty words.
I am right there with you, Mikey.
I may be a spawn from hell, but I am not a bad man.
Exactly.
Golly, G. Whitakers.
Moving on to the Big 12. Getting back into baseball.
Yeah.
So, like we were talking about at the end of the break, so the Big 12 is basically your traditional bracket setup. So you do have your losers bracket. So the first side of the bracket, number 1 TCU plays number 8 Baylor. Oklahoma State, number 4 plays number 5 Texas. That is actually the first game of the day on Wednesday. Yep. That's at 9 a.m. and that's going to be on.
That should be a very good game.
That actually should be a really
That'll
good game.
That'll be on ESPN The Ocho, where Dodgeball was filmed.
ESPN U, nice try. But then hopping over to the other side of the bracket, Texas Tech wins the overall 2 seed. They have Kansas State. That's game number 3. That's at 4. That is going to be on Big 12, the Big 12 network. And then West Virginia, number 6, plays Oklahoma, number 3. That's also going to be on the Big 12 network. So the only game that's actually on broadcast on number
All
on
those ones you just
first
said are on
day.
ESPN Plus too.
Yes, on ESPN Plus. But game number 1 is going to be on ESPNU in the morning. So the loser of game 1 and 2 goes to the losers bracket. Loser of game 3 and 4 goes to the losers bracket, and then you have to go all the way up as well. So each time that you lose for the double elimination tournament, you get hopped back in. So like we said, the traditional. Moving over to, I think, the shortest tournament or one of the 2 shortest tournaments that we have, I think, in college baseball at the moment, the Big East. Number 1, UConn has Georgetown on May 26th. That's game number 1. And Georgetown actually swept UConn this last weekend, so that should be really interesting.
Ooh. Creighton.
Yeah. Creighton Blue Jays number 2. They've got number 3 Xavier. That's at 6:30, and then semifinals are on May 27th. And then they're kind of the same way. So you have a loser of game 1, loser of game 2. Winner goes on. The loser of the 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3. Those 2 winners, whoever loses, goes down through the losers bracket and then on. And then the Summit League is the same way. So the Summit League is set up. North Dakota State is the number 1 seed. They've got our good old University of Nebraska Omaha Mavericks as the 4 seed. Oral Roberts and South Dakota State round that one out of the 2 and the 4, or 2 and the 3 seeds. So those, I think, are the 2 shortest tournaments that I've seen so far.
Oh. Hey, who's got to plug in ESPN? Because I want to talk to someone about why, if you have ESPN Plus, you do not get ESPN with that bundle.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so
a
if you have
factual
the
statement.
ESPN Plus, you don't have ESPN, ESPN2, or ESPNU.
But my God, do you have quite the selection of soccer games?
Everywhere.
So wait, can you not watch like normal ESPN if you have ESPN
No.
Plus? Oh my gosh, what am I?
No. You can only watch ESPN Plus.
Hold on.
So you
Nick's
can watch
gonna.
like Big
Which
12
is
network.
inclusive of like a lot of different channels.
Uh-huh.
Like it's a very specific. Like you can get that. You might be able to get that, like the SEC network stuff like that. But full blown ESPN, ESPN 2, 3, U is a no go.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
It's
Also,
big
okay.
stupid.
Full disclosure, Nick's camera just decided to stop working. Oh, I ran out of space on my memory card.
Shouldn't
Son
have
of a.
said mean words to me. All right, man.
Please hold.
No.
We'll continue talking while Nick just goes through like half of this stuff.
Happens.
He's got it.
You
It's
got it.
okay.
All right. Well, in the
Keep
meantime,
talking.
Josh, you
Nick's
have
gonna
the
go-
talking about, well,
tiniest
at least
ass.
we're represent, like, at least Nebraska is represented.
Oh yeah.
By
Yeah,
Creighton and
not the
UNO.
Big Ten. They're not.
Nope.
Your pick
No.
was bad.
Okay, well, looking back at my picks now. I have them pulled up.
Because I don't know who mine was. I know who
Arkansas,
one of mine was.
Who I
Yes.
think they could still make it. 100% transparency. They could
Arkansas
make it.
should be
It's full
in
transparency.
the
say it
regional.
correctly.
Whatever the amount of transparency it is.
Got
Mississippi State was
Yeah.
another one I had, and they kind of fell out.
That was
Arizona,
Yep.
Stanford,
There you go.
Ole Miss, no. LSU, maybe. Maybe. Just Vanderbilt. And
That's
Say
gonna
the
be a tough one.
Best one for last right here.
Nebraska.
Say it.
Nebraska. I did have the dark horse though of Texas A&M and Michigan. I want it to be known, Texas A&M was one of my dark horses, and yeah.
Full
There you go.
transparency. I know that I picked Tennessee. That's about all. And Old Dominion.
And you picked Texas because you both picked Texas.
We did both pick Texas.
Look
Full
at us now.
transparency, Nick is still deleting pictures that we took at work.
You took nudes, bro? You took noodles?
No.
Unbelievable. You can't be saying that on the podcast,
I didn't get any
bro.
on my phone. It's unbelievable.
What if your girlfriend listens to this, dude? She's going to be thinking some weird things.
I know she doesn't. I can tell you already. She will not sit
Oh my
through.
What the
God.
heck? We
Dude,
need more listeners.
Bro, we are
She will
literally
barely
the
sit through this.
funniest. We're literally the funniest people.
Exactly.
Well, Josh and I are. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please hold. We're
It's
still
the
deleting.
It's the big little ass podcast where Josh has got the littlest ass. I got
You
the
Big
biggest ass.
little ass
Unbelievable.
podcast. All right.
Unbelievable.
So
What can I say?
Nick's
do we need a
camera is now
sponsor?
back up and running. We're good.
Do we need a
I
sponsor?
think. I
Need a
hope.
sponsor?
We need a sponsor. Go ahead.
I
Go
got
ahead and
one.
read
All
it.
right, go
Do
for
it.
it.
I'm gonna butcher this name, so one of you two please help me with this. Giardelli, the chocolate.
Ghirardelli?
Yeah, that makes
That actually
s'mores
wasn't bad.
a bit better. Buy 2 bars, get 1 free, baby. Bakers. I think that's a Nebraska only grocery store, but PEMDAS.
Not as bad as Rakuten.
It's Rakuten, you butthole.
That's what I said. And you said Rakuten.
Rakuten. All right. So
Yeah, so I was right, but
Yeah, that's what happens. People with big
So,
booties are
Nick's
wrong.
about to
Me.
Nick's about to
No!
piss Mikey off in the podcast.
unbelievable.
You cannot kick me off of the podcast.
I'm not gonna kick you
He
off.
said
I'm gonna
piss
piss
you
you
off,
off.
not-
I
kick
will
you
put
off.
a Tide Pod in your mouth.
That's fine. I want a snack. Give me
Wait,
that bitch.
what? We
Yeah,
cannot
exactly.
promote. We can't promote that, bro. We're not sponsored by Tide.
Rob Gronkowski promotes
That's
eating
where we
Tide
draw
Pods.
the line. No, we draw the line at Tide Pods.
Yeah, bro. We're not.
Not like
sponsored
Pennzoil
by Tide.
or anything
No.
else.
We're
Tide
sponsored by
Pods.
them, bro.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
We don't have any sponsors.
We do. They just don't
And the-
send you the
They just
email.
don't know that it's happening.
And the potential new thing that might happen is going to be like, all right, we're done with you. You read off fake sponsors, you moron.
Yeah,
those
it's
gummies,
unbelievable.
Good lord.
Flintstone
No.
Gummies, the one and only. They're the
Yeah,
first
why go
ones.
Flintstone gummies?
What it
Let's
is,
go.
baby.
All right. Anyways,
All right.
moving.
The pill against coronavirus.
I think that's a. All right. Well, we'll try it. If you guys don't get coronavirus after taking Flintstone gummies, then by God, you
I
win.
took Flintstone gummies when I was little. I never got the COVID.
Exactly.
Confirmed. Works.
Not
100% of the
confirmed. I
time.
took Flintstone gummies as a kid. I got
Apparently
COVID
you
twice.
didn't take
so
enough.
Apparently not. So,
Well,
anyways,
that's the
moving on.
problem.
About to continue to piss Mikey off on this podcast.
Well, you can sure
The
try. I've already been
number
pissed off every 3 weeks.
25. The number 25 Grand
Yeah.
Canyon Antelopes.
Yeah. The Grand Canyon trash cans. Continue.
Wow. All right. So we're going into the WAC. We're going into the WAC conference here because
Whack
it's relevant.
off.
Yeah, whack off.
Hey, you can't say that.
You just
Demonetized.
shut up. All right. So Grand Canyon is number 1 in the WAC. They've got Albany Christian, who is number 4 in the Southwest. Lamar has Seattle. So
Lamar Ball?
how the WAC is set up is you have the West and the Southwest. So one team from the West will play a team from the Southwest. Sam Houston won the Southwest side. Grand Canyon won the WAC overall. So they have Albany
WAC.
Christian. Lamar is from the Southwest. They're the 2 seed in the Southwest. They have number 3 in the West, Seattle. Sam Houston is number 1 in the Southwest. They have number 4, New Mexico State. Sacramento State, who is number 2 in the West. They have number 3 in the Southwest, University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley. So UTRGV, baby. Basically. And then we'll throw it to another conference as well
Wait, why is that going to be pissed off?
because Grand Canyon is 25 and Old Dominion is still not ranked.
Yeah, see, my
Itch.
reasoning stands true still from last weekend.
Okay. And which is?
Certain people are sucking off certain people.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
That's your opinion every
Certain
week.
people are whacking off other people.
Oh my goodness.
But
And
moving
there
on.
it was.
There it is. Another conference that is in play, the American Conference. They've got East Carolina in their conference. East Carolina ranked 23rd. They won the conference overall outright. They have South Florida. Tulane, number 5 in that conference, has number 4 Cincinnati. UCF has Memphis, and then Houston has Wichita State. Oddly enough, 50% of that conference in the tournament moves to the Big 12 in a couple of years. So there's that fact.
Full transparency, Iona finished their series with 1 win.
Go Iona.
Hey.
They better be
Okay.
playing in the conference tournament, or I'm going to be
But they have
upset.
6 wins on the season?
Yes.
Excellent.
So I actually got to watch 3 innings of Iona Gales baseball
You watched
on
it
Saturday.
willingly, or was this like
There-
a
is
torture?
this forced? To
No.
make you watch this tape. No.
There was literally a game that was on ESPN, and the only game that I actually could watch was the Iona Gales.
You
Oh
don't have
my
ESPN Plus.
God. I don't have ESPN
just
Plus. I
tough
can't
to
afford it and
watch.
don't have Verizon for free. The
Hey,
broadcasting
we're not
and like the
sponsored
camera.
by Verizon. Don't name drop.
Oh my God. Okay. Anyways, oddly enough, it was okay to watch. I mean, the baseball was pretty bad because
Wait, which day?
there were.
Which day did you watch?
I can't remember if it was
Thursday,
Saturday or
Friday,
Sunday.
Saturday. They didn't
It
play
was
Sunday.
Saturday then.
Oh, they lost 8-3.
Yeah.
Mm.
But no, the camera work in that conference was absolutely horrible. Like it would literally go from the pitcher would throw, a ground ball would happen, it would go straight to the shortstop, straight to the other angle of the shortstop, back to the first base angle from third base, back to the first base angle from first base, and it literally gave you a seizure while watching it. So
you're
sorry
playing
to those.
Broadcasting department.
Oh my gosh, it was pinball, but holy
Full
shit.
transparency. Here you go. Iona started their season on February 18th. They did not win a game until April 14th.
They had a 28-game losing streak. It was the longest losing streak in baseball this year.
I think that takes skill.
You know, it
Something like
might.
that. I don't know, honestly.
Yeah. So also kind of rounding out how, if you want to break down the field of 64 at the moment, your top 8 national seeds would stand like this before if every tournament goes right or somewhat not, whatever. Tennessee is your number 1. Virginia Tech is your 2. Stanford is 3. Oregon State is 4. Texas A&M is 5. Miami is 6. Louisville is 7. Texas Tech is 8. So your top 8 national seeds are extremely tough. And fun fact, I think Texas Tech and Miami are Miami had a 2 seed and so did Texas Tech, but those teams did not win conference anything, like outright for the season.
Interesting.
Because Texas A&M won the SEC West, so they are technically a 1 seed on that, but they're the 2 overall in the SEC tournament. Virginia Tech is the number 1 overall seed. Louisville won the ACC Atlantic, and then Oregon State as well did not win the Pac-12. So
Okay. Give me outside of the top 25. Give me 5 teams that are making a conference tournament.
Are making.
Do you mean
a
regionals?
That's what I meant. Yeah. My bad.
Okay.
Outside of the top 25?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Outside of the top 25, I did see kind of a list here.
Hey, no cheating.
I'm not gonna cheat then. Fine.
He's cheating.
I know
F
it
off.
is. On me.
Well, I know one team, and I did see them. They won their conference outright. I think Stony Brook would get a bid automatically just for winning the conference
Ooh,
outright.
Are they going to come back to Omaha?
That would probably be within question as a no. And Mikey,
Why
you're going to
not?
like my next pick. I know Old Dominion probably will get in on at least a 3 seed. If not, they'll be a 4.
And they're going to lay a beat down on somebody.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So I have I might toss Stony Brook out, but I think they would be a team in. I think top teams that would be just outside of the bubble to make it in. Old Dominion would make it in. Let me think about this for a second. Let me go through kind of the conference tournaments. I think that actually, this is hard when you actually don't. Man, I don't know. This is the first time we have like awkward silence.
Well, yeah, you always feel it, bro, and you're over here trying to use your brain.
Sorry.
Fuck, bro.
I used all my brain power to try to figure out the conference play earlier.
Oh, my balls.
Maybe don't do that. I
The
don't
camera
know.
keeps
It's probably
dying.
it would probably be somebody in a Power 5 conference, I feel like, because they still had a competitive schedule.
Yeah.
If they weren't in the top 25, they'd be on the outside.
Here, you want to hear mine?
Yes,
for it.
absolutely.
Okay, Georgia Southern, Dallas
Fair.
Baptist,
Could see that.
Yeah.
Dallas
Oregon,
Baptist, I could see as well. Or
Florida State,
Florida State would have to be in mine. Their pitching is definitely winnable.
and I think Columbia.
oh, really?
Columbia did win
won
the Ivy League.
Huh.
I didn't say Old Dominion because they're already in. So
He's already conceded that they're in. So.
I would probably say then I would definitely have to go with Stony Brook would be one of those teams in.
you still got a very good Georgia Tech team that's not ranked.
And I was just about to say Georgia Tech or Florida State because I have watched multiple games of those teams this year, and they have been very solid. They might have had a couple of slip-ups throughout the year, but Florida State's pitching staff is still as solid as it is, and Georgia Tech is still hitting the crap out of the ball.
You still got that. You still got an NC State team that can still run into the ball.
Mm-hmm.
You got a very young but decent Alabama team.
Maybe a
I think
Clemson in there? Do you think that might be a thing?
I don't know.
I think Alabama is your team that if you put them in a region, they're going to mess some stuff up.
I think Illinois could be a little outside looking in kind of thing.
Illinois is always one. I know some people have talked about Iowa being a team that would be first out, and I see that at the same time. But I mean, if you're gonna put Iowa as one of the first teams out, then you have to put Illinois.
Yeah,
because Illinois is lower in the Big Ten.
That's fair. The other two, I think I'd say, is Creighton or Tulane.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that Tulane happening.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those things where, especially trying to talk about your first couple of teams out is very tough, just because. And Nick is rolling once again. Good Lord, I think my camera has died 5 times.
Oh,
proud of you.
Well, and oddly enough, so Connecticut dropped, like UConn dropped out of the rankings, but they're still the number one team in in the Big East.
well, that's because they just got swept.
They did.
Like that's why they
And-
dropped, because that
Yeah,
it just
and
made the Big East super close. Creighton only finished a half game back.
Yeah. And oddly enough, I still see Vanderbilt making a regional appearance somehow.
Oh yeah,
I-
they'll
I-
do decent in the tournament.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Otherwise, Tim Corbin will
think-
make them run bow and arrows.
oh my gosh.
No. Oh no.
No. But I mean, if you
Words, we believe in you.
I know it's hard to look at this tournament right now, because when you actually take the round of 64 into consideration, there's already your top 8 national seeds pretty much predicted. You have
You'll have some movement throughout the top 25 for
Oh
sure.
yeah, and there will be
People are
different
gonna get
hosts.
beat.
Well, rumor has it Gonzaga is still going to be a host.
As a 12? Oh, are you saying in their conference?
Well, even if they don't fully win the conference tournament, they would still be a host.
For the regional?
Yeah. What the frick? My cup holder
Ooh.
just fell out.
That makes no sense, but whatever.
So, yeah, I don't know. I actually do like that Florida State and Georgia Tech picks as being two really good teams that are sitting on the bubble and could be a 3 seed in whatever region they go into.
I think Rutgers will also.
I
go.
really hope Rutgers makes it in.
Yeah.
But if we're thinking, if we're talking first couple out, I don't think East Carolina. Like I know they're ranked
No.
right now, but I don't think they'll have what it. I mean, they might win their tournament, but
To
Just-
last
they-
against the
they're
original
just a-
opponent, probably not.
they're just a big peaks and valleys kind of team. I feel like.
Yeah.
I don't think Oklahoma will go
Mm-hmm.
as much as I'd like them to.
So, I did look it up just because I wanted to actually kind of have a little bit more of a discussing point besides
Peter!
guessing. No, I'm not going to list off big teams. I'm just going to say, as right now projected, the ACC should have 11 teams in.
Jesus, Lord in heaven.
Well, they actually were one of the conferences that had the most ranked teams throughout the entire year. SEC should have 9. Big 12 is projected to have 6. Pac-12 4, or Pac-12 is 5. Conference USA is 4. Sun Belt is 3. Big 10 is 2.
Sun
And
Belt.
I think we know what 2 teams would be in the Big 10. Maryland being one of them. So I think, judging by that, Rutgers has to win the Big 10 tournament to be
Who
in.
the hell is coming out of the Sun Belt?
Well, let's go take a look here.
Georgia Southern and probably Coastal Carolina? No, Texas State and Georgia Southern.
Texas State,
yeah.
Georgia Southern, and then one more. Whoever wins
You
the
said 2, I thought.
conference. No, it's where was I just at? It's 3 out of the Sun Belt.
Oh, then it's probably Coastal. I think
Could
those
be.
are the 3 best teams. Unless South Alabama. I don't know how good South Alabama was.
But yeah, it does list a couple of first teams out.
Yeah, it's
Um,
Texas State, Georgia Southern, and Coastal.
Yeah. It does also give projected regions already.
Oh.
If we want to list off the projected ones, but we don't have to.
I mean, we can.
So wait, hold on. You didn't say anybody from the WCC, which is where Gonzaga is.
They would already. That's
I think it's just projecting outside of the top.
yeah. Out.
Seeds.
Well, no, because there's
Or is
the
it?
ACC would have that. No, I think Gonzaga would still. So teams with a stolen bid right now, on record of projection: Gonzaga, East Carolina, Wofford, Grand Canyon.
Wofford.
So that would be
Wofford.
Woof woof.
So those are teams that would probably get a couple of stolen bids. If we want to run through a couple of the regions right now, obviously Tennessee is going to be one of the host regions. So there's a Knoxville regional
Turns
set
out they're
up.
not.
Yeah, it turns out they wouldn't be for some unknown freaking reason.
They didn't pay enough money.
Yeah, no shit. But there is a bunch of regions with the projected top 25 seeds and top 8 nationals. So
remind me, because this part's fuzzy for me. I know they top 8 host the regional, but then how does the super regional shake down as to who hosts that?
So basically, by this, you have your full. Every team through the top 25 is ranked. The only teams that actually host a regional go through your top 15 seeds. Top 15, 16 seeds. Those are your host regional sites. So Tennessee, so your top 8 seeds host a regional, your 8 through 16 host, or your 9 through 16 host a regional. So those are your big regional hosts. Your super regional host goes from the highest seed of who wins out of the 2 regionals. So as a region, you are paired with another region. Whoever is the highest seed out of that hosts your best 2 out of 3 series there.
Ooh.
So for the hypothetical here on the projected field, and I won't go through this one just because it's fun. The Knoxville regional rounds out to Tennessee, Coppin State, Wake Forest, Wofford. The region that they would, Wofford. The region that they're hosted with is the Statesboro regional, which is Georgia Southern, who would be a 16 national seed, Campbell, Georgia, Georgia Tech. So, and actually Campbell would be the host of that.
You just said Georgia Southern they're not even ranked.
But they would be a host because they won their conference. And they were ranked the majority of the year.
Who makes these rules?
Same
the
people
committee
that allow Old Dominion
to not be ranked?
Yep.
Exactly.
Bro,
Same people.
So,
cool. Well, want to have a conversation?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if Tennessee and Georgia Southern won that, both their regions, Tennessee would host because they're the 1 over the 16. And then the 2 and the 15 pair up, 3 and the 14, 4 of 13, and then it goes on downward all the way until 8 to 9.
Imagine Tennessee goes 2 and Q.
If Tennessee went 2 and Q, I would laugh.
Don't know.
I actually would laugh.
Dare I say you would laugh for the entire podcast?
I don't think I could actually laugh for the entire podcast because I think I would probably end up running out of fake laughter.
Lightweight.
How am I a lightweight? Because I can't laugh and oh my gosh, that does not make sense. So
does make.
Well, I just saw something very interesting here. I'm gonna keep that to myself on the projected field. So
you saw boobies.
No, I did not.
No. Saw boobies.
So with that, do we have anything else to go through?
I mean, not really, because everybody knows the seeding. Again, for upcoming games, you just got your conference tournaments coming up this week, and then you got Selection Sunday on a Monday.
No,
that makes sense.
Selection Monday.
Selection Sunday on a Monday.
Memorial Day.
There you go. So keep your ESPN apps open, your ACC networks, all
probably
that.
Not
and my
ESPN
camera ran
network.
out of battery again.
Probably go the ESPN Plus route where you don't get ESPN. Make that make sense.
Nick's camera officially died. So with that.
All right. Well, with that, I guess we'll just wrap it up. Again, Since you're already here at the No Place Like Homaha podcast homepage on YouTube, you can go ahead and like and subscribe.
And comment Nick to stop making pornos so his camera can make it all the way through a frickin' section.
That too. Leave some comments on here. And then you can reach us on our other platforms on Twitter and TikTok at Homaha Pod. Again, I've been your host, JD Wonder, alongside Nick Hendricks and Mikey Love. Thank you for tuning in.
Let's take a quick poll. Vote who's got the biggest tonka. Me or
Please
Josh?
talk of me. It's me.
It's me, actually.
No,
The secret hidden
you
option
guys are
number 3.
both wrong.
I don't even
All
need to speak
right.
for myself.
On that
Everybody
note,
knows
I
redhead's
want-
packing.